Hi, right. This one is a wolf pastel drawing. Just building up in layers, just very smudgy to start with, and then you add on one on top of the other. You need to use the right sort of paper to do it. There's another one. This is different. This is watercolor on top of acrylic base, where the watercolor actually doesn't soak in. So I quite like using that method, but I think perhaps my wolf pencil drawings are actually kind of better, but never mind. Oh, there's a lion I've just done in the same method. Don't know how he got into a wolf video, but never mind. Right, so what I'm going to do is show you roughly how I paint in this method that you might find useful. So what we've got is a small canvas, and I've just sketched out the same wolf that I had in one of the other one, and all I've done that's different is this canvas has been covered in a mix of acrylic paint and gesso, which is basically the paint they use to cover these canvases to start with. All it does is makes the acrylic a little bit more absorbent, so the paint doesn't run all over the surface, because the acrylic is non-absorbent, but it does soak in a little bit, but you can still take out as well. It's very useful. Okay. Right, part of this is going to be on this image, and part on the one I previously showed you. So we're just using ordinary watercolors on this acrylic gesso mix, and you put the paint down, not too runny. You can blend it. I tend to use a kind of, I don't know what you call it, a scumbling method. Right, you can also blot while it's wet, just lightly, and you'll get some texture. But the great thing is that if you don't like something, supposing I want to put a highlight in here, if I wet it with just clean water and blot, it comes out. So you can even get down to doing, once it's dry, you can get down to doing quite fine lines. Probably not dry enough. No, it's not dry enough yet, but it will be. Right, rather than bore you to tears, just carrying on doing this all the time. Have a look at the other painting now and start to see how it all comes together. Just do this ear, okay, and you just keep going. You can build it. Oh, just one thing, if you're not into doing animals but you like landscapes, this one just started yesterday. Venice scene, right? It's nowhere near complete, but the structure's there, and this was done in the same way with watercolor onto canvas that have been treated with a mix of acrylic and gesso. And if I was to wet an area, it would come out. Maybe that's it. Look, you can see really bright light suddenly appears. The reason it didn't do it in the sky was more to the fact I'd put a bit of acrylic with it. I forgot that I'd done that. So you can work on your highlights. Okay, so it's the same process. It's just what I'll do now, once I'm happy with this, I'll spray it with a thin coat of some sort of fixative, okay, and then I'll paint over the top in thin oil paint, just tinting, which I'll probably show you in another video. It's rather too much to do in one video. You turn it slowly from a watercolor that's thin on this canvas to an oil painting, which is obviously a lot thicker. Okay. Wolves, lovely creatures, and although there have been some kind people that have clicked on the button, the like button if you like, it's been very, very slow progress, and it made me think about what I'm doing here on YouTube and whether it's kind of worth it, if you like. Thing is, I paint anyway, so I suppose I might as well video it. But I'm 75 now, and maybe I'm just trying to appeal to other artists who are probably a lot younger than me and probably a lot more skilled. And then the rest of the general public are probably not over interested. So I've been thinking about it, changing direction, not giving up YouTube. So it's still early days, but I need to think about it. Maybe I would appeal much more if I concentrated, what they call a niche, concentrated down onto some specific demographic. Oh, that's a big word. I'm 76, so maybe I would appeal more to people of my age group. Maybe not to paint like this, because to be honest, you need a lot of experience and practice over a number of years. But for the general populace who are perhaps retired and looking for something to do, it might be nice to just concentrate on suggesting ways that people of my age group can actually create in art. Maybe we'll even develop into other things. I was an art teacher for many years, and we had to do pottery and sculpture and all sorts of stuff. So maybe we could spread out a bit and not just do painting. But I'd start with painting. So that's what I'm going to do in the future. All my videos from now on will be really concentrating on perhaps encouraging people who've retired and have got the spare time to take up art and to show them good ideas and maybe paint along with me. Who knows? There'll be as much a discovery for me as for anyone watching, and we'll just see if that is more useful for the sort of people who would have a look at my channel. So in the future, if you're interested, the title of most of the videos will include retirees or retirement or something like that. I think they call them legacy years, don't they? Or something like that. I don't know. But I mean, if you retire at 65, you've got another 20 odd years, possibly, if your health holds out. What are you going to do? All right, if you've got plenty of money, you can go travelling. But supposing you haven't, and you can't afford to do that, you're going to sit and watch telly all day? Oof, how depressing. Do something. Pick up a skill, it doesn't have to be painting. It could be all sorts of things. Photography, I've got a good friend she's really excellent photographer now. She only took it up later in life, seriously anyway. Goes off on courses and all sorts. Made good friends, new friends, and done a fair bit of travelling. So, you know, you could try something like that. Or, I don't know, pottery. Maybe you'd have to go to an evening class for that, I would have thought, but to start with anyway, unless you got killed in your house, which I doubt most people have got. Right, just back to this for a minute. You can see that I'm building up. There's dark areas and lighter areas. Some areas I'm hardly putting any paint on at all. There's hardly any there, for instance. And this paint is just settling on the surface. It's not particularly runny, so it doesn't spread across the card. So I'm working on this, but if I wanted to cut back, let's put some in here a minute under the eye, and then I'll show you. So when you wanted to take something out, you can do that. You can wet your brush, clean water, and then just blot. Okay. Right. You can see it now taking shape. Let's put the nose in, that would always help. Leave the nostrils for the moment. You can see the whole shape now starting to come together. The snow, all I've done is use a blotchy blue. And I've not covered everywhere, I've left areas. If your paint gets too watery with this mix, then just dry your brush before you paint in your marks, and it won't go slightly strange. Yep. I can hear motorbikes outside, and the old dog's barking. Just need the cat to come in now. God, it's the noisiest cat I've ever had. Right, just going to check. Right, we're going to finish in a moment. I'll finish this wolf off, and then I'll show you what it looks like at the end.